professional.
That's another
Walking
thing that
out
I'm
that
trying
dog.
to be a little bit sensitive of is the coughing. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of I Can Do This All Day. I'm Dan, the part-time Avenger. That's Mark, the resident Jedi.
Hello there.
And today we've got an awesome episode for you today. We are going to do a draft. Mark, tell us a little bit about the draft.
So we've decided that the best way for us to argue about Marvel movies is to not just pick any of them, but pick ones that we think are the best and then debate our picks. But the problem we've run into over the last few episodes, for those of you that actually listened, is we tend to pick the same movies sometimes. So we figured that if we did a back and forth single elimination draft, that we would we'd be able to eliminate the overlap and come up with something great. We've got a scoring system for movies after the fact that we'll talk about later using some of Danny's favorite things like Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, we're gonna start getting going. But we thought that we would record a coin toss, which hopefully Danny's got some change. Oh, how apropos.
So before we get into everything, what I want to say is, even though we love these movies, I like to win. And so whatever my picks are, my overall picks will win compared to your picks, Mark. So I just want to throw that out there. And so for all those people, you can see that we're decked out with Marvel stuff, but at the same time, I am not going to lose. So I will throw some low blows, some of our beloved movies, but it's all out of good fun and also healthy competition. All right, Mark. Well, I will let you have the coin toss. So you can either go with Shield or no Shield.
Shield.
I will flip. My gosh, and you have the first pick.
I totally win.
The
first pick has a lot of pressure behind it because it's all about what would Danny do?
I'm very jealous right now, and I'm kind of curious as to what your first pick is going to be because there's so many different ways that you can go about doing this. But you better pick carefully, Mark, because if you don't pick the right one,
the pick is in. I'm taking Endgame. That's the pick. It's the pick regardless.
Of course. That was going to be my number one pick as well. But you have given me no choice.
Consolation, all of my preparation was, what do I do if Danny picks Endgame? So,
God damn it.
Now my preparation's out the door.
This stupid thing was supposed to be my ace in the hole, and you got it. So
yeah, no, because the bottom's heavier than the top, genius.
All right, well, I will have to take, and I'm torn right now because I don't know if I want to go with something recent or something that, to me, that I might even think is a better movie than Endgame. But I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with Infinity War as my number one pick.
Oh, darn. I'm so disappointed. Way to already pick a second best movie.
All right.
The
clock is running.
I'm going to take Black Panther.
Ooh. I am so glad that you picked that because that was one of my bottom picks. So you have given me an easy number two pick with Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm not even that disappointed on that because I'm pretty sure that Black Panther was like the highest scoring Rotten Tomatoes Marvel movie of all time. It's all about the stats, my friend.
It's true.
So number 3 for me, I'm going to take a Spider-Man movie, and it's going to be Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. All right. I was a little bit worried when you said you were going to take a Spider-Man movie.
Because all the rest of them are trash. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God. All right. Okay. I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to go outside of the MCU.
Wow!
But I'm going to have to go with something a little bit different, which you may not pick. But I'm going to go with Kick-Ass. And so for those, we're talking about Marvel. Kick-Ass is part of, started off in Icon Comics, which is a division of Marvel. So Kick-Ass is going to be my number 3.
I was worried when you said outside of the MCU because I thought you'd take my number 4 pick. I was upset because this if I was just grading by my heart should have been my first pick, but it wasn't. And it's my 4th pick, and it's Logan.
Good pick. Very, very good pick. And I feel like I have to naturally go with this next pick. I'm probably not even picking logically now. I think I just want to go head to head against your movies.
You take an X-Men movie? Like, let's go.
All these movies are really good, but we're gonna throw some low blows in there at each other.
I think you're about to pick Wolverine Origins.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I will pick a movie that did have Hugh Jackman in it, and that is going to be X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Not a bad X-Men movie.
Could say that it's the best.
After Logan. Okay, now it gets tricky because we've only got, I don't know if we told everybody, we're only picking 7 movies. These are our magnificent 7 Marvel movies. And now we get into the 5th pick, which needs to hold up, but still be good. And there's so many opportunities and so many movies to pick from. Feel like I need a comedy to sit with.
Oh, goddamn you.
Kick-Ass. I feel like I need something funny here.
You son of a bitch! Don't do it.
I mean, if you think about comedy and Marvel, you know what comes to mind? Is it Big Hero 6 because that's kind of funny and originally a Marvel property?
True.
Is it Men in Black,
Wow.
the worldwide box office phenomenon?
God, I hope you pick that one. I hope you pick that one.
No, I'm taking. I'm going to take the Ryan Reynolds classic Deadpool.
I'm okay with that. I am okay with that 100%. Do you want to know why, Mark?
Because you're going to take Guardians.
No. You said that you were going to pick a comedy, and I wanted to just give you a big middle finger if you pick this movie, but I am going to have my next pick with Thor Ragnarok.
It's a good one.
And just for the record, too, you did say Deadpool, just the original, correct?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
The first one. I like the first one better than the second one.
Okay.
The first one also has a higher Rotten Tomato score. Though Ragnarok was totally on my list and would have been in consideration for pick number 6. But since you didn't take it, I'm going to take it, and I will take, will I? This is hard because you only got 2 more.
That's right.
And there's so much opportunity.
Do you want to just not pick that one and maybe think that I won't pick it? I don't know.
Yeah, I know you'll pick it. I'm 100% sure. Just like I knew you'd pick Endgame. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're picking Howard the Duck. No, I'll take Guardians, the first one.
So Guardians was, I think technically, part of my top picks. And you're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 1, correct?
Yes. Guardians 1, the introduction of Peter Quill.
Volume 1, all right.
And the best soundtrack in the Marvel Universe.
I don't necessarily disagree. All right. So we've got I have quite a few team movies, or at least multiple characters within everything. And I guess that's kind of how a lot of the movies are going to be, anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
Yeah.
much. But I am going to pick. Ooh, I think this one. Oh man, I think I have to pick this one. But for those who can see my
I
Marvel
almost
share
picked
right
it last
there,
round.
that is going to be my pick. It will be Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
It's a solid pick. Excellent wow moment in that movie.
Lots of stuff. All right, you are coming up on your last, right?
Yeah, my last
pick.
Feel like I've got just a star-studded situation going on here, so I'm going to go. I'm not going to pick uh, uh, anything more recent. I'm going to go back a ways. In the overall MCU, and I'm going to take the movie that everybody says kicked everything off.
Hmm.
Which I guess technically it did, and um yeah, after we finish our picks, we need to have a discussion on the movies we're disappointed that we weren't able to add to the picks because there were only 7.
For
We need
sure.
honorable mentions, but my 7th and final pick is the movie that started it all. Is I've got the end, I've got to have the beginning of Iron Man.
Okay, that's a very, I won't say ballsy pick, but that was not even in my top. Whatever, how many did I have? Like 16 movies there. So it was not even in my top 16
Wow.
of what I wanted to pick.
Based on the grading criteria, I think that's a silly move on your part.
Yeah, well, you know what? I wasn't picking the movies on the grading criteria specifically, but I just, I think these are some of the best movies overall. Maybe it's a bad pick on my part, but all right. So you've got a pretty solid roster there, but I feel like I've got a pretty good, well-rounded team as well, but I still need to solidify with my last pick. And my last pick is going to be X2, X-Men United.
It's not a bad pick.
None of these picks are bad.
No.
None of the picks are bad.
I thought you were going to go with the original X-Men.
Oh God, you know what? I can go an entire episode of shitting on that movie.
Oh,
so
that might be
definitely not.
Leave in the comments if you want a movie shitting on the original X-Men movie, because we do that
comics
all day.
I love. You know what? I was a bigger X-Men fan before the Avengers, and I always thought X-Men was the better team. But that movie proverbially shit the bed, and it was a bed that I did not want to get back into. But X-Men 2 definitely changed my opinion on it.
Okay.
All right, so that's the draft. We have our Magnificent Seven. If you take a look on your screen here and on your screen there, you're going to get to see those picks, and we are going to go into the grading criteria. There is a slight change in the grading criteria. We are going to leave the winner up to you, our listeners. So go to our Instagram and go to our Twitter, and you are in control of which Marvel Magnificent 7 Dream Team will win. Whether it's Mark or Dan, we leave the choice up to you.
Here's the real question. What's left on your list?
Left on
honorable
my list,
mentions list.
So Deadpool 2 was really, really high. It was, I almost wanted to, I was going to pick that ahead of X2, but what I didn't want to do is have a Deadpool versus Deadpool matchup. I figured let's kind of divvy up the debating a little bit. Okay. But Deadpool 2, the reason why is, dude, you've got X-Force, Cable
for a second,
Juggernaut, hey man, and you had Brad Pitt for a second, and that in itself might just rank really
Nobody
high.
saw Brad Pitt.
It's true. No
Nobody
one saw
saw
him
Brad Pitt.
until that untimely death. But yeah, I really like that movie. I did like it more than the first one, and I just love the fact that they did a accurate Juggernaut, and it was so breaking the fourth wall. And I wish I wore my white pants watching that movie because that was just an awesome scene.
That's the only one on your list.
Not the only, but
Okay.
what's one of yours?
I'd either Blade or Blade 2 because I felt that they were good movies, terribly reviewed, terribly received, but rewatchability is high.
I don't even remember it being badly reviewed. I just
Their
remember
Rotten
it being
Tomatoes
a
are in like the 50s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Blade was on my list. Blade was on my list. At the bottom,
are you a Blade or a Blade 2?
I actually liked Blade, then Blade 3, then Blade 2.
Oh, sacrilege.
Hey man, Triple H was in it, and Ryan Reynolds.
That's why it was so bad.
That's it's still hilarious.
Okay.
You know, what are some other ones?
Like, so for me, I'll give you a couple just rapid fire, right? The Tobey Spider-Man, near and dear to my heart, not ready for primetime competition, especially because it's been done better since then. You know, some of the Avenger movies, like the full-on Avenger movies, Civil War Avengers, like those. But again, like you're picking the best one already, so why mess with it? X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Get the fuck out of here! Are you serious?
No, not at all. But okay. Captain America: The First Avenger, really struggled not taking that. Definitely on my list, and upset about not being able to include it. But I felt the stuff we picked was better, and yeah, and things like the newer ones, like Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, was highly reviewed, not by me, but by other people. And some of the ones leading up to Infinity War, like you got Ragnarok, I got Black Panther, but like Doctor Strange was really good.
But would you say, like, for a dream team of movies, I don't think that necessarily falls into play. You know what? One of my picks that I wanted to pick really badly, but at the same time, I just don't think it would hold up against your picks, was the Kingsman Secret Service. I
like that movie.
That movie is bad fucking ass. And
the first one or the second one?
First one.
I haven't seen the third one yet.
Second one's okay. Third one is okay.
Kingsman?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, if you take Samuel L. Jackson out of it, it's not as fucking good.
The first one, I think, was like the most different and cool concept, and like I wanted to. It was between that and another Matthew Vaughn directed movie, X-Men First Class. X-Men First Class was my favorite X-Men movie until Days of Future Past came out.
Yeah, Future Past was good. Dinklage.
Yeah,
Dinklage really good in that movie.
Fantastic, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, we will.
So
also, Men in Black is a Marvel property, and that movie at the time was the shit. Amazing movie, Oscar winner, like just so good.
I mean, who didn't do that dance at like a high school or a junior
high? For real,
mixer,
bro. Who didn't have that Will Smith CD or cassette?
I have that CD, and
but due to recent slappenings, it did not get on my list.
Shame on you, Will Smith. Shame on you. You disappointed Mark. That in itself.
In a big bad way. In a big bad way. Won't cuss on your records, will cuss on live TV at the Oscars. What? What?
Oh, man. All right. So what we're going to do is just take a quick break, and we'll be back with our head-to-head picks.
I liked the fisting that you're doing there. Good job.
That's staying in.
We'll be right back.
There is a slight change in the grading criteria. We are going to leave the winner up to you, our listeners. So go to our Instagram and go to our Twitter, and you are in control of which Marvel Magnificent 7 Dream Team will win. Whether it's Mark or Dan, we leave the choice up to you.